Little bit. This is just about Warner Brothers and kind of what they're going through. Um, so this is I'm doing this is via the Wrap. So nobody's heard yet. So Warner Brothers they cooked its HBO Max subscriber numbers by as many as 10 million. It says Missless shareholders on the ways that violate Securities Act to complete its merger with Discovery, according to a class action lawsuit that claims it could potentially represent hundreds of thousands of plaintiffs. And it says this lawsuit was filed Friday in New York on behalf of Collinsville Police Pension Board, an Illinois-based shareholder of Warner Brothers Discovery stock, which is accepted in trade for its pre-merger Class C common Discovery shares. At the time of the merger, Discovery shares were valued at $24.78. As of Tuesday, Warner Brothers Discovery shares were trading just above $11. The lawsuit names Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav and CFO Gunnar Weinfeldts as defendants. Warner Brothers Discovery did not immediately respond to a request for comment. As it also says, the lawsuit says that among several other adverse information being kept hidden, the merger companies overstated the subscriber base for HBO Max. This was the Wrap. It makes me think, like, how many other streaming services are doing this? Like, is Prime or Netflix?
All of them.
Yeah, probably a lot more. Probably doing this. Yeah, like cooking.
It's like Nate Diaz talking about the UFC. Everyone's on steroids.
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, it just keeps getting from like bad to worse to terrible.
However, that being said, get fucked, Zaslav, you walking cum stain.
Man,
yeah, I just. Why is anyone surprised anymore? Well, like that's where I'm at with this. Cause
I have no idea what's going on over there anymore. It's just a shit show.
I'm just sitting in my chair, eating my popcorn, watching the fucking train wreck that is Warner Brothers Discovery.
Like, this has got to be, if you're a fan, this has got to be exhausting. And look, I'm a fan of a lot of Warner Brother properties, but this shit has just been.
Fuck?
Yeah, this has been just insane to see how there's just a new story every week about what these fuckers are doing wrong. And at some point, like, we just have to call what it is. Zaslav is doing a horrendous job. And this is
he tried to cut what, $3 million from Warner Brothers spending budget, and he ended up losing the company $21 million.
Like, you can't make this shit up. And I just found myself sitting back going, man, I wish I could say I'm surprised, because I think I said on here last time I was on, this fucker greenlit Honey Boo Boo and Sarah Palin's Alaska. Like, what the fuck did you expect this guy to do? Like, you expect this guy to turn the ship around? So, yeah, you know, to quote one of my favorite bands in REM, it might be the end of the world as we know it. It might be time for there might be some big changes coming, and not good ones, because now the rumor is kind of starting to gain steam that Zaslav only joined Warner Brothers to basically set up a sale to Universal, which, if that's the case, that's a whole other can of worms, which there's more there. That's a whole other conversation for a different day. But they gotta get their shit together, and I just don't know what that even looks like anymore, because they've clearly shaken the faith of their fan base. Even their fan base doesn't know what's going on. The subscription service in general still not having 4K content across the board, it's fucking stupid, and I will keep saying that shit until they fucking fix it. I don't know, y'all. This is just another thing that makes me go, wow, I'm really worried. Which is why, people going like Harley Quinn season 4 is confirmed. I'm like, y'all need to stop being so excited. Like this means nothing right now.
Batgirl was fucking confirmed.
Yeah,
The confirmation date fall under the reign of Zaslav. Or sorry, under the reign of human ingrown toenail pus sore David Zaslav.
Yeah, because at this point, y'all, like, their word means nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's someone out there listening who has a stepdad who used to promise to take him to a baseball game and would never do it. Like, it's the equivalent of that shit at this point. Like,
if you believe that Warner Brothers is going to turn the ship around, you're as delusional as the kid that thinks their dad is coming back after their cigarette run.
Yeah.
Mm,
but but the thing is, as I've said on here before, I love DC as a brand. Can they get someone who cares about it like Feige does? Like, it shouldn't be this hard because they're still trying to find their Feige, and they cannot find a soul.
See, I feel like that's where they kind of fucked up in the first place. They're trying to find their Feige. You hear those words? They're trying to emulate Marvel already by just saying that. So I feel like the most concerning thing, Warner Brothers and this whole movement is that we don't know what their game plan is. Like, what are they trying to do by like creating this sale? I know they're trying to clean house, but by doing that, what are they trying to achieve? I think the most concerning thing is we don't know what the game plan is. What are we doing with this? What are we doing here? I mean, obviously, like with all the reports, this is just much bigger than DC. This is, I have no idea what they're doing by, and they can only release like 2 films a year now. That's crazy. I have no idea what the hell is happening.
Only had enough cash this year to release Don't Worry Darling and Black Adam.
Yeah.
And hey, there's still a couple weeks. Black Adam might not even come out. We don't.
I
have not heard anybody.
The lead is ethnically ambiguous, so under Zaslav, that's like get a little worried.
I don't have to pander. I could just cancel this and push it under the rug. And Black Adam is not tracking super well either. It's tracking between $50 and $70 million opening domestic, which that's lower than Shang-Chi, just for a point of reference during a goddamn pandemic. I mean, we're still in it, but and for Dwayne Johnson, so I said this maybe to Nick maybe a year or so ago. It's time to start having that conversation about Dwayne Johnson. Like, is he that box office draw anymore? Because League of Super Pets, that's for kids, didn't do well. Hobbs and Shaw, even for Fast and Furious, didn't do well. Skyscraper didn't do well. Rampage didn't do well. Like, we need to start having this conversation.
I'll answer that question real quick. Fuck no.
And so, like, I'm excited for the JSA stuff. The Black, I've read enough Black Adam. I think he's he's a badass character. I just don't think The Rock has really the range to be as vengeful as Black Adam typically is. And the fact he's still
unless he can tap into the energy that he had when he was in 15 in Pain and Gain. Unless he can tap into that creative energy in playing Black Adam, this movie's gonna be a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't have high hopes for that movie, Black Adam, and a lot of their future is resting kind of on Black Adam.
I'm using fucking one of my AMC Stubs credits for that.
Yeah. And so it says here that they overstated the number of subscribers to HBO Max by as many as 10 million subscribers by including as subscribers AT&T customers who had received bundle access to HBO Max but had not signed into the service. So that's what they were kind of doing. That's how they kind of counted people. So that's kind of concerning that they did that. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of getting worse and worse for Warner Brothers. And that because basically I think Zaslav kind of came in as a guy that was supposed to clean everything up, really, put it back on the right track, and I think be able to sell it to someone else. I think was another thing that they wanted to do, making it kind of in a good position to do so. But I mean, every decision that he's made so far has not been a really, I don't think, popular one. I think you consider canceling a lot of people's favorite shows, and not only just canceling them, but erasing them entirely from the HBO Max or just HBO Warner Brothers library. You can't even find it on YouTube anymore. They just even got rid of the trailers. Which, why would you even do that? You know what I mean? Is it really costing you?
He's a petty asshole. Like, that's a short answer. Like, it's straight up pettiness. And let's just be clear, y'all. For petty people in positions of power, things don't get better. So if you're like that Blue Beetle movie that we're all hyped for when we saw those the leaked costume picture and all that, we'll see. I'll tell you right now, say goodbye to Doom Patrol. If you're a fan of Doom Patrol this upcoming season, I start throwing your roses, because I don't think that shit's gonna be renewed. That Black Superman Black Superman film that Michael B. Jordan's supposed to be producing.
I thought they already said that was canceled. I thought they already said that was.
Did they officially cancel that?
Oh, maybe not. I thought they did already. Maybe not, but I thought they.
Yeah, you can say you can wave super bye to that shit. That's happening. And then what else? That Black Canary movie. I don't think that season.
What?
Like
Black Fairy?
Black Canary. Black Canary.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so much shit with people colored that I think is just gonna go bye, and that, let's be clear, with what they did with Batgirl, I know there are still some people who are like, it wasn't racially motivated. Really? It's not. So I'm scared for a lot of this shit that I was excited about, which sucks, because then it gives you less incentive to get invested whenever they, they canceled Fandom for no goddamn reason. Like, Fandom was costing them nothing to produce, it's fucking based online.
And just going back to that, if you really don't think that the cancellation of Batgirl isn't racially motivated, they are still all in on the fucking Flash. And which one of these things is not like the other?
Yep, exactly. And look, the thing that I will say this last bit and then I'll stop. The thing that Marvel has done that DC hasn't done is establish not just brand recognition, but establish a trust with their audience.
Yeah.
And
it's established A, brand recognition, and B, credibility with their audience.
Exactly.
Like, even like the worst Marvel movie, it's still a very watchable film. Yeah. I mean, even as much as I'm not a big fan of stuff like Iron Man 2 or Black Widow or even Eternals, I still recognize all three of those as pretty solid films. But when DC fucking misses, it's like broken wheel on shopping cart miss.
Yeah, it's frustrating because DC has stuff like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. They have stuff like Batman Beyond. They have stuff like that. They have stuff like the Dark Knight trilogy. They have stuff like the Suicide Squad, like Peacemaker, stuff like Doom Patrol, stuff like the fucking Batman. Which, why do we not have a fucking sequel announced yet? Like they said they're working on it, but no official release date or anything like that.
I mean, Catwoman's black, so we got to be concerned about that right away.
Right? It's like, oh wait, why is Lily Kravitz look a lot like Jillian Jacobs now? Which to be fair, Jillian Jacobs in the Catwoman costume, I would not be mad at that, but that's not the point.
I may or may not have worn out that swimsuit cover of GQ with her and Alison Brie.
Okay.
Oh, really? Might have. But
which DC projects are happening? which DC projects are happening or still like
the only one that we have confirmed is
Joker.
Black Adam
Joker and
and
Right.
Joker 2.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Doom
And then
Patrol
you got
Season 4,
Aquaman
which is
2
coming out.
and
Yeah, Aquaman
Oh,
2, Shazam
Yeah,
2.
that too.
Flash and Shazam 2
Yeah.
are those it?
Yeah.
that's
So
that's
I think
Yeah,
Okay.
Shazam 2,
Nothing
the
that
Gods, and the Flash.
super
And Doom
exciting.
Patrol 4, they have stills released, so it might be coming out.
Yeah, I you know, like I'll just tell you right now, y'all, just the uncertainty of what people like that could be because Doom Patrol and I admit I'm behind on Doom Patrol, but I've seen season 1 and 2. Those are great fucking seasons of television and not talked about nearly enough. But Nick
Yeah,
and
and a huge part of that is because it debuted on DC Universe, which 12 people had, I being one of them. And then it kind of it was poised to take over HBO Max when when the second season debuted on there, but the show was like so weird and so niche that almost nobody saw it. It's kind of a miracle that it even got 3 seasons and a 4th that's on the docket for Warner Brothers.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be keeping up. Sorry, I'm gonna try to be keeping up with the story as much as I can. See what kind of develops there, and kind of what happens.
Yeah, if you're a DC fan, prepare to get your heart broken.
Yeah, and let me just say, I take no pleasure in saying that because I was excited for I'm excited for Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle's a character that kicks ass that not nearly
Which is also in fucking limbo still.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and the
I'm
director.
sorry. I hope he gets better.
I want so bad for Sholomar Duenya to get his fucking due because he is so incredible on both Parenthood and Cobra Kai. He deserves that big breakout.
I gotta start Cobra Kai. I keep hearing it's great.
Yeah.
I know.
I will
I have
fucking
not watched it either.
hound you on it like I have hounded you on X for the past 3 months.
I know, and I'm finishing X up tonight. God, all right, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
you know, so many TV shows, so little time.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you are
We
not
can
on
only
the
pick and
hook
choose what we
bandwagoning.
Sorry, what's that? You were
Motherfucker,
lagging.
I will fly back to Japan and strap you down in a chair Clockwork Orange style and make you watch Cobra Kai.
Okay. Try. I need to watch Karate Kid 2, 3, 4 first.
Not really. I mean, they give a quick summary of
You
those.
don't
You
have
don't.
to? Okay.
Not really.
Yeah, they play clips from the movie enough to give context.
Yeah, they kind
No,
of.
I will watch Cobra Kai if Jaden Smith is in it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I hope Blue Beetle kind of goes through. I hope that but the creators of that project, Blue Beetle, said they are kind of worried about what's going on with Warner Brothers, and also what happened with Batgirl. A lot of people said that people are kind of avoiding Warner Brothers. They don't really want to work with them if they're going to just do something like that.
Oh man, that's
Should.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of creatives go
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, why?
of course.
why
Once
would
you wrap up the production and you invest so much time,
Yeah,
and
once
then you
you're
say,
like,
nope,
yeah,
I'm
once
gonna-
you're like, yeah, when you're at fucking the beginning of post production.
Yeah, I mean, so
With a performer and an actor that did nothing wrong, like Leslie Grace, that is so fucking talented. Meanwhile, Ezra Miller gets to commit actual fucking terrorism.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's kind of like a lot of creatives and people like that are kind of worried about working with Warner Brothers, working for Warner Brothers. So it's understandable. Yeah, what's going on with that situation. So yeah, but we'll keep people updated.